Live from the Chao Racing Stadium, it is time for the Chao Racing 1980s All-Star Special. 24 superstars will compete in a special tournament, and the winner will donate $6,000 to the Marshall Dimes, the official charity of Chao Racing. Let's start the tournament. So, starting off the tournament are two world champions, Paul Simon, who did it in 1986, and Catherine Del Rico, who did it in 1983. The tournament is sponsored by Coca-Cola, the official refreshment of Chao Racing. Now let's send them down to the field to start off the tournament. Good luck to all 24 superstars in the tournament. Everyone is on the clock, and please start the race. Alright, so the child who has the best standing will move on to the next round. Will it be Paul Simon or Catherine Del Rico? Number 2 is scoring the best. Trying to get some attention here. The two Chao are closing in on each other at the current moment. And number 1 will win the opening toss for the 1980s All-Stars Tournament. And he's going to take first place. So here we'll go to the next best standing. Let's see who will get the next speed buzz. It's Paul Simon who got the next speed buzz, and he easily beats Catherine Del Rico to move on to the next round. Well done to Paul Simon. There's more excitement coming up. We're only just getting started here, folks. The 1980s All-Stars Tournament will continue in a moment. Alright folks, we're just getting started here. Next up we have Simon the Genius Hoffman and Louis Bloomberg, who won the World Championship in 1984 prior to the Chao Racing lockout, which canceled an entire season in 85. Alright, let's do it. Everyone is on the clock, and please start the race! By the way, Simon the Genius Hoffman won the World Championship in the 70s. He did it in 1979. So let's see what happens here. Let's see who's going to move on to face Paul Simon in the first semi-final match. The competition seems close right now, but this speed bus will change the factor of this race. Let's see who's going to get it. The first superstar to get the speed bus is number 1. That's his second in a row for this tournament, and he wins again. That means it will go to the second place superstar. Let's see who's gonna get it. And with a speed bus, Louis Bloomberg is moving on. Congratulations to Louis Bloomberg on a job well done. He is the second participant to move on to the first semi-final match of the 80s All-Stars Tournament. And next up, we have Rebecca Becky Slova and James the Finger Slinger. Rebecca did it in 1980, and James the Finger Slinger captured the title in 88. The winner will go on to face Paul Simon and Louis Bloomberg in the first semi-final match. So let's see who will get the punch ticket to the semi-final. Everyone is on the clock. Please start the race. As always, things are looking pretty close at the current moment, but who will move on to the finals? And who will be the 1980s All-Stars champion and will walk away with $6,000 towards the Marshall Dimes charity? Only time will tell, folks. Number 2 just took a rest. Let's see who's gonna win the opening toss in just a few seconds. Who's it gonna be? It's number 8 who wins the opening toss. And he finishes in first place, smiling like crazy. He's still pretty close at the current moment. And Rebecca Becky Slova moves on to face Paul Simon and Louis Bloomberg. Congratulations to Rebecca Becky Slova. And there's more excitement coming up, so don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Alright, next up, will feature John Hoffman and Alan Rosendano. Alan Wilson and Donald made a last place comeback to win the 1989 World Championship over Gus on Anson. Let's see who's gonna bring home the title. One step closer of bringing home the title, that is. Please start the race. Alright. Who's gonna be the first to advance to the first semi-final match? Second semi-final match. I'm sorry. Second semi-final match. That's what I meant to say. Anyway, the two Chao are closing in on each other right now. Number 5 is going west, and so is number 6, just now. And the first superstar to get speed bus is number 6. And he takes over the lead after a costly nap. What a combat! Number 6 finished in first place, and it looks like John Hoffman will move on to the next round. First Chao to advance to the second semi-final match, and we'll be right back with more after we hear a word from this local sponsor. We're having a great time in the 80s All-Star Special, and the next will feature Donald Langsong versus the legendary David Hart, who had only one loss en route to becoming the 1987 World Champion. Donald Langsong did it in 1981, but only one will move on to the next round. Everyone is on the clock, and please start the race. So which of these two world champions will move one step closer to their dreams? Will it be Donald Langsong or the legendary David Hart? Who's gonna move on to the next round? We'll find out in just a matter of moments, folks. The competition is close at the start, and the first superstar to get the speed bus is number 8. It's anybody's game at the current moment. Number 8 has the lead at this current moment, and the next we may buy Donald Langsong. Then he moves on to the next round. He took first place from number 8. What a deal! David Hart will finish in third place. So Donald Langsong is the next superstar in the second semi-final match. Well done. And the next will feature Eric Linkson and Mike Revere. The winner will go on to face John Hoffman and Donald Langsong in the second semi-final match. Let's see who's gonna get that chance. Please start the race! So will it be Eric or Mike who's gonna face John and Donald in the second semi-final match? We'll find out soon enough. As always, keeping the competition close just the way we like it. And number 1 will get the opening toss this time. And he's gonna take first place. Just like that. Number 6 took the next speed bus, and he will take second. So this match will go to the third place superstar, which is gonna be none other than Eric Linkson. Well done. He's gonna face John and Donald in the second semi-final match. We're halfway through the tournament, and we'll be right back with the second half of the tournament right after this. Don't go away. Alright, we're in the second half of the first round. First up, we will feature Lightning Dave Nelson and Tommy Sliver. Lightning Dave Nelson is a fan favorite who won the 1982 World Championship. He survived a tough playoff race to advance to the finals. So let's see if he will get the trick. Please start the race! Alright, so Lightning Dave Nelson is at the number 3 position, and Tommy Sliver is at the number 4 position. Number 2 is going west, and so is number 1. Number 5 is going west as well. What's gonna happen now? They all need some serious help every now and then, but who's gonna get the speed bus? It's number 1, that's who. And he's in first place at the current moment. Who's going to advance to the next round? We'll find out in the next P-Buzz. It will be made by number 8. And he will take first place from the competition here. Number 1 takes second place, and Tommy Sliver moves on to the semi-final round. Well done to Tommy Sliver. There's more assignment coming up, but first let's have a word from our sponsors. With 2/3 of the first round done, the next will feature Jeff Punderby and Carl Greenback. Let's see what happens as the 80s All-Stars Tournament continues to roll on. Everyone is on the clock, and please start the race. So it's Jeff Punderby, the 1988 Senior Champion, versus Carl Greenback, the 1980 Superstar of the Year. Who's gonna win this bout in a clash of the underdogs? We'll find out soon enough. And the first superstar to get the speed boost is number 7. And he's gonna take first place, so it will go to the next best standing. There he is, jumping up and down. And the winner of this bout is Carl Greenback with second place. Yeah, Carl Greenback. What a deal by Carl Greenback. He gets a win and he's moving on to the semi-final. But we're not done yet. Our next one will feature Paul Dulamar and Derek Lawson. And the winner will go on to face Tommy Sliver and Carl Greenback in the third semi-final match. Who's gonna beat these two superstars? Everyone is on the clock. Please start the race. So it's either Paul Dulamar or Derek Lawson who's gonna face Tommy and Carl in the third semi-final match. Who's it gonna be this year? We'll find out soon enough. Number 7 seems like he has the lead at the current moment, followed by number 5 and number 2. And the first superstar to get the speed boost is number 1, and he takes the lead from number 7. Number 5 regains second place at the current moment. Number 1 is expected to take first place. And with the speed boost, it looks like Derek Lawson will be facing off Tommy and Carl in the third semi-final match. What a deal by Derek. So there's more something coming up as the 1980s All-Star Tournament will continue right after this message. Next up tonight will be Larry Key Nelson and Andy McKee. We'd like to thank all of our fans for participating in the 1980s All-Stars Tournament in our attendance today. So thank you, all of you. Everyone is on the clock. Please start the race. This is the first of the 3 matches for the 4th and final semi-final match, which will be held at the Amethyst course, and then the finals will be held at the Sapphire course. All first round races are being held on the Pearl course. The competition is close to the start. Larry and Andy are closing in on each other. Who's gonna have the speed bus? We're about to find out. It's number 2 who got the speed bus. So he is expected to take the lead. That means it will go to the next best standing. Number 2 is jumping up and down in first place. And the winner of this bout is Andy McKee by that much. Andy McKee moves on to the 4th semi-final match. The first round will conclude in a moment, but first, take a look at this. Alright, we have a couple more races to go. First up, it's Tom Hoffman versus Jonas Germain. And then our next race will feature Henry Dawes and Jack Horvanson. see what happens in this race. Everyone is on the clock, and please start the race. Ooh, it's gonna be a close one, folks. Ooh, it's gonna move on to the next round of play in the 1980s All-Star Special. Tom and Jonas are closing in on each other right at the current moment. And number 6 moves all the way to first place after taking a nap from last place. This could be a last place comeback for number 6. Unless someone else can get it. Here comes number 5. And number 6, hold on, just in the nick of time to complete the last place comeback. What a deal. Well, anyway, with third place, Jonas Jumai is the winner, and he will move on to the semifinal. What a deal. And finally, our last race of the first round features Henry Dawes against Jack Corvanson. The winner will go on to face Andy McKee and Jonas Jumai in the 4th semifinal race. Okay, last one before the semifinal. Everyone is on the clock, and please start the race. So who will be facing off against Andy and Jonas in the semifinal? Will it be Henry Dawes or Jack Corvanson? This race will determine who gets the final spot in the semifinals. Let's see who's gonna have the opening toss. It will be made by Henry Dawes, and there he goes. It looks like he's gonna have the last spot in the semifinal. Good ending to the first round. Henry Dawes completes our first round with a win. And number 1 will take the last speed bus of the first round. Jack will finish in second. So that is it for the first round. When we come back, we will present our semi-final races. But first, let's have a word from this. Alright, time for our first semi-final race between Paul Simon, Louis Bloomberg, and Rebecca Becky Slover. The semi-final races will be held at the Amethyst course, and there will be 3 Chao parades. Is all 3 of our Chao ready to go? Well then, good luck. Everyone is on the clock, and please start the race. So Paul Simon, the 86 World Champion, is at number 3. Louis Bloomberg is the 1984 World Champion. He's at number 4. And Rebecca Becky Slover is the 1980 World Champion. She's at number 5. And number 2 is going to rest, giving the opponent some time to rumble. And number 2 is in last place at the current moment. And it looks like the first superstar to get the speed bus in the semifinal is Lewis. That's who. And Lewis has the lead at the current moment. Paul and Rebecca are battling for a second. And the next will be made by number 1. He's in second place right now, and he's going to rest. Louis Bloomberg has the lead as number 8 will have the next command of the speed bus. Now he is in second place. And we have a couple of Chao heading towards the water as number 7 gets the turn now. It looks like it's numbers 1, 2, and 6 who's heading towards the water at this current moment, giving them the advantage because all of them are crawling. And number 8 woke up from his nap and took another speed bus. And he has control over land. Paul and Rebecca are going west, giving Louis Bloomberg the upper hand. And number 1 will have the next speed bus. And he's all alone in the lead, ladies and gentlemen. What's gonna happen on Chao Racing? Louis Bloomberg will have the next command on speed bus. As we approach the 2-minute mark, it looks like Louis Bloomberg will only have enough to take 4th place. but he has the best position so far. Meanwhile, Paul Simon takes the next command on speed bus. Rebecca is getting all alone in the lead, last place. Louis Boomer trying to defend number 2 for third. Number 7 will get the next command on speed bus. Number 2 trying to hold off Louis for third. And Rebecca Becky Slover finally gets some help. Number 1 will take an easy first place. And number 6 will take second place. As we head back to Rebecca, who still needs some catching up to do. And she's back in this one. She can still do it if she gets speed bus or Paul Simon. Who's gonna get it? It's Paul Simon, and I think, yes! Paul Simon with the last second comeback. Bruce Blumen was going to miss, thus giving Paul Simon command of the best position. What an ending to start off the semifinal. Don't go away, there's more excitement coming up. Man, what a battle. Okay, the next semifinal match will feature John Hoffman, Donald Langsalt, and the very talented Eric Linkson, the father of current professional superstar Will Linkson. Let's see who's going to move on to the finals. Good luck to these 3. Everyone is on the clock, and please start the race. So, John Hoffman is at number 3. Donald Langsalt, the 1981 World Champion, is at number 4. And number 5 happens to be Eric Linkson. Eric Linkson is at number 5. The competition seems close at the start, but who's going to get the opening toss? It's number 2, that's who. And he takes the lead from the crowd, running away from the crowd like crazy. But here comes Eric Linkson, and he's closing in on number 2. Look at the competition here, folks. Uh-oh, here comes some trouble. It's Donald Langsalt, the 1981 World Champion. He's closing in on Eric now, and number 2. And the next speed bus will be made by number 8. And he's still in this one. Now in 4th place at the current moment. John Hoffman is currently in 5th place. And there he goes, catching up with the rest of the pack. Number 1 is getting left behind of the pack. He's got a little bit of catching up to do. And let's see who gets the next speed bus. Oh, look at that. Eric Stenman woke up immediately after he went to sleep. He can forget about going to sleep. He's in the lead at the current moment. But the others are still in the game. Number 7 with the next speed bus. Will we up a couple of places? He's now in 5th place. Number 1 is still in last place, as number 8 will have the next command. He's now tailgating Eric Linkson for the lead. What's going to happen now? We passed the 2-minute mark, and John Hoffman with a speed bus taking the lead from Eric Linkson. Eric Linkson still has some time. Who's going to take the next speed bus? Number 8 is going to best. It's Donald Langsalt who got the next speed bus. He's now in 3rd place at the current moment. Eric Linkson is in 2nd, and John Hoffman is our current leader of this moment. Number 1 finally getting some help. Now we number 6 behind. We passed 2:30, and it looks like number 1 is going to mess. Back in last place. Number 7 with the next command of the speed bus. And John did it! John's moving on to the finals! Eric Stemman will take 2nd place. And number 6 is expected to wrap up the speed bus for this race. So there you have it. John Hoffman moves on to the finals. And we'll be right back with the second half of the semifinal after this. Do not go away. Alright, it's time for our 3rd semifinal match, featuring Tommy Sliver, Carl Greenback, and Derek Lawson. The third spot is up for grabs in this race. Let's see who's gonna get it. Good luck to all three of you. Everyone is on the clock, and please start the race. Alrighty then, let's take a look at the lineup. Tommy is at number 3, Carl is at number 4, and Derek is at number 5. Look at the competition right now. They're inching, closing in on each other. Nail biter by nail biter. Who's gonna have the opening toss? It's gonna be made by Chao, and he will have command of the lead in the early run. But the others can still catch up, because they still have plenty of time. And someone is going to rest. That happens to be number 6. That means number 6 is in last place. And number 7 will have the next command of the speed bus. Number 6 is getting left behind on the crowd, ladies and gentlemen. Carl Greenback is in the lead at the current moment. And let's see who will have the next speed bus. It's going to be made by Derek Lawson. And he was closing in on Carl Greenback at the current moment. Who's going to have the next speed bus? It's number 2, but he didn't get all of it on that one. Number 1 seems like he's heading for the water. Number 6 and 8 are battling for dear life as we head back into Derek Lawson. And he has control over land. Number 1 is swimming for dear life, but he's doing a great job. I think he's going to have the lead at this current moment. Meanwhile, number 2 gets some more help, and this time he got all of it, and now he is in 3rd place. And the next will be made by number 6, and he's still in the game. Derek Lawson has the best position so far. He is in 2nd place. Number 1 is currently in the lead as we head into number 7. Now in 3rd place behind Derek Lawson. Looks like number 8 needs some serious catching up to do. But let's head back to Derek Lawson. He's trying to put this one away early. Tommy and Carl needed some serious catching up to do. Next speed bus belongs to number 8. Finally, he gets some help. And he moves up a couple of places. Oh, Tommy Slipper retains last place at the last moment. And it's Derek Lawson will have the next command on the speed bus. And I think that's gonna do it right there. Derek Lawson takes spot number 3 in the 1980s All-Stars Finals. Well done. Number 1 will take 2nd place. And it looks like number 7 will wrap up the top 3. And we have time for one more speed bus. It will be made by Tommy Sliver. He'll take 5th place. So our big winner of this race is Derek Lawson. And we got one more semifinal coming up. That will happen right after the break. Our last semifinal race will feature Annie McKee, Jonas Jemay, and Henry Dawes. The winner of this race will go on to face Paul Simon, John Hoffman, and Derek Lawson in the finals. Let's see who's gonna join the other 3 guys in the finals. Everyone is on the clock, and please start the race. Alright, so Andy McKee is at number 3, Jonas Jemay is at number 4, and Henry Dawes is at number 5. One of them is gonna join Paul Simon, John Hoffman, and Derek Lawson in the 1980s All-Stars Tournament Finals. But who's it gonna be? We'll find out soon enough. And who's gonna get the opening toss is number 6, that's who. So he will have command of the lead. The rest of the competition seems close at the current moment, as number 1 will have the next command of speed bus, now taking 2nd place from the 3 superstars. The 3 superstars are closing in on each other at the current moment. And there goes Andy McKee. He has command of the best position so far. He is in 2nd place. The competition trying to catch up with the rest of the pack. Who's gonna get the next speed buzz? It's number 1, that's who. And he is in the lead for the first time this race. And McKee still has the best position in third place. Number 6 is currently in second place. And the next will be made by number 7. And Andy McKee is going the best, and so is number 7. Number 2 needs some serious help. This competition is getting closer and closer by the moment, as the next speed buzz will be made by Jonas Jemay, and he is going the best. And now number 6 is going the best. Jonas Jemay should have second place right there. He has the best position now, as we head into number 8. He woke up from his nap and took a speed buzz. Number 2 and Henry Dawes are battling for dear life. And it's Henry Dawes who got the speed buzz, thus putting him back in this one. And that will leave number 2 in the dust. Number 1 has the lead at this moment, as the next speed buzz will be made by Andy McKee. He's back in the best position so far. Will he hold on this time? Jonas and Henry can still win if they catch up to him. Number 6 gets back second place from Andy McKee. The three Chao still closing in on each other, as number 8 will have the next command on the speed buzz. Trying to get back in this one. Oh, number 1 is going west. That will give number 6 command of the lead. But hold everything, here comes Henry Dawes. He takes the lead from number 6. Number 2 is getting all in last place. And Henry Dawes decided to put this one away with back-to-back speed buzz. He's going to face Paul Simon, John Hoffman, and Derek Wilson in the 1980s All-Stars Tournament Finals. Well done to Henry. We'll be right back with our finals in just a little bit. But first, here's the one from our sponsor. Alright, it's time for the 1980s All-Stars Final between Paul Simon, John Hoffman, Derek Lawson, and Henry Dawes. The winner will receive $6,000 towards the Marshall Dice charity and will be honored as the 1980s All-Stars champion. The finals will be held at the Sapphire course. Good luck to all 4 of you, and congratulations for making it this far. The fans are on their feet here. Everyone is on the clock, and please start the race. Paul Simon is at number 3. John Hoffman is at number 4. Derek Lawson is at number 5. And Henry Dawes is at number 6. Remember what's at stake here. The 1980s All-Stars title and $6,000 towards the Marshall Dice charity. That's what we're playing for tonight on Chao Racing 2014. The competition seems close at the current moment, and it looks like the first superstar to get speed buzz is Henry Dawes, and he will have command of the lead. Derek Lawson is currently in second place, and that will be followed by number 8. And the next speed buzz will be made by number 1. Trying to close in on Henry Dawes for the lead. And John Hoffman will have the next command on speed buzz. He's in second place at the current moment. We're at the 1 minute mark. And Henry Dawes has the lead, as Derek Lawson will have the next command on speed buzz. Let's see what happens here as we pass 1:15. John and Derek are going to rest, as the next speed buzz will be made by Paul Simon, the 1986 World Champion, and he's decided to go to rest. There goes Henry Dawes climbing up the wall. Who's gonna have the next speed buzz? It's number 8, that's who. Trying to catch up with the rest of the pack, trying to stay in the game, and Henry Dawes is going to rest, and so is number 1. The next speed buzz will be made by number 1. And he passes Henry Dawes for the lead. But Henry still has the best position so far. We passed the 2 minute mark, and the next speed buzz will be made by John Hoffman. and he will have command of the lead. The competition seems close still. Number 2 is getting all alone in last place. Number 6, which happens to be Henry Dawes, will have the next command of speed bus. John Hoffman and number 1 are right on his tail. Let's see what happens in the late run. Paul Simon will have the next command on the speed bus. Take a look at the free Chao behind. They're way behind on the pack. Paul Simon with another speed bus now. Oh, he's drowning a lot. I don't think he has a chance to win. And these free Chao will be a miracle to get back in this one. It's number 7 who got the next speed bus. But back up in front, we're about to have our 1980s All-Stars champion. Let's see. The big winner of our tournament is Henry Dawes. That's followed by John Hoffman in 2nd place. And with 4th place, Darren Lawson will take 3rd. Paul Simon will be 4th in 5th. So a big congratulations to Henry Dawes on a job well done. We'll be right back to wrap it all up. Do not go away. That's it for the 1980s All-Star Special. We hope you are enjoying a blast in the past of the totally awesome 1980s. Join us in May as we present the superstars from the 1990s. It's gonna be a blast with another decade special. So before we go, let's recap the final results of the 80s All-Stars Tournament. The 4th place winner was Paul Simon. 3rd place was Derek Lawson. The runner-up was John Hoffman. And Henry Dawes is our 1980s All-Stars champion and will donate $6,000 towards the Marshall Dice charity. So congratulations to him, and thanks to everyone who participated in our 1980s All-Stars tournament. Our regular Chao Aces will be back next week at its regular time. For now, this is a David Glassapie saying, keep on smiling and have a totally awesome week. So long, everybody!